The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, very special guest in the building. Demi Grace in the building. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you feeling today?
Today has been a day, but we're here.
Why has today been a day?
A little black on brown violence happened earlier today in my neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so
Harlem.
Morningside Heights,
Oh,
which is
Morningside,
like
okay.
the connector between Harlem and
Gotcha.
Upper West Side. Yeah.
Right by
it was
your apartment?
Yeah, it was just a little. I don't like stuff like that, because I don't like stuff like that. Stuff like that. I'm such an empath, and so stuff like that affects me deeply. Unless I have a chance to meditate, which I did not. So it's been a day, but I'm here and we're here and we're doing good.
So you kind of feel off balance a little bit
A
today.
little bit, a little bit.
An empath is what? Specific?
You're just very sensitive to what other people are going through around you. Like you kind of take it, you involuntarily take it on as your own problem, So, yeah, like if I see somebody in front of me break their leg, it'll deeply affect me. If I see a mom yelling at her kid, it'll deeply, just stuff like that.
Really? Like even like the littlest thing too?
Yeah, so it's made me an extreme introvert. But, if I have a chance to wind down or, meditate before, I can usually navigate through it. Yeah.
So if someone in front of you loses $100, right? And they're complaining about losing $100, you feel that too?
Well,
I'm genuinely curious. This is a real thing I'm thinking about now.
I think it depends on the circumstance, right? So if it's a situation where somebody's running past them and they're holding, I don't know why they'd be holding $100 in the air, but
right.
They're holding it in the air like, oh my gosh, I just got this last $100 to go and take care of my mom's medical bills, and somebody runs past them and steals it. Yeah, that'll affect me emotionally.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It really is a thing. Me and my sister talk about it all the time, and we're just like, so how did you get there today?
What did you run into today that was someone else's thing that you took on for your own? Or you took on your own for your own energy, I think is what I was trying to say.
So I was at a store earlier, and I was just getting some headphones, and there was a black woman that was in there in there to just return something. And she was just the sweetest lady. And the guy in the store was just yelling at her, just cursing her out, yelling at her. And I could just tell in that moment, she just felt so unprotected. And that was a lot to watch.
Well, at least you're good.
Yeah.
At least you're good.
I'm okay, I'm alive.
Your story is interesting. So you were born overseas originally, right? You were born in Nigeria, correct?
I was actually born in London.
Oh, London. London, then you moved around. Right, my bad.
Yeah, I was born in London. I moved around a lot. I've been moving around my whole life. From London to San Jose,
Jeez.
San Jose to East Bay area, Antioch, and then from East Bay to LA.
Damn.
LA to Atlanta. Atlanta back and forth from New York to Atlanta. Because I was couch surfing for a little bit, just to get back on my feet. Because my mom was sick in Atlanta, and that's why Atlanta happened. And then from New York full time, and then back and forth between New York, London, and Lagos.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What was the cause of all this traveling? Well, obviously we know about the bomb, the New York to Atlanta, but everything else was just, you just were traveling around, or what was really going on?
The funny story, the bar story, I'll say, is what I tell people is that my parents like to break up and get back together a lot.
Got it.
And that included a lot of moving. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. Mom, if you watch this, sorry.
Sorry, Mom, I love you. You're hot.
Sorry. I love you too. Honestly, shit, you said the Bay, LA, Atlanta.
You forgot
New
London.
York,
London first.
London.
Yeah.
London. Lagos.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That was it. You got all of it.
But
it's different parts of California.
Right, different parts of California.
Yeah.
I thought you would have more of a California accent at this point.
I have a really strong R. I feel like that gives away my California-ness every time.
Really? The R? You feel like the R is what makes it?
Absolutely.
Okay, interesting. Because I had someone from the Bay Area here last night. So like when you said the Bay Area, I'm trying to like listen for like what I hear in like Bay Area accents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I haven't said hella yet.
Because you haven't said what?
Hella.
Hella. Oh yeah. If you say hella, or what else? What else do Bay Area people like to say? They say hella.
I haven't lived in the Bay for a little minute.
I'm trying to think. I always get into an argument with Bay Area people like when they say like, because like here we say like food slaps, right? Like the sandwich slaps.
Yeah,
right?
I remember saying that a lot. I don't think I say that anymore.
But I heard Bay Area people say smack, like that sandwich.
Yeah, because everybody started saying it slaps, and then we got sick of it, so we had to start changing.
Smacks. Okay, at least as someone who's lived in the Bay Area addresses that like slaps and smack both can mean the same thing. Thank you.
It can.
Because Bay Area people like to argue with me about it. I'm like, it's
Wait, where are you from? Am I gonna come forward? Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm just from New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not from I never lived in the Bay. I just went to school with a lot of Bay Area people.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Bay Area people came out to school out here in New York, so that's how I have like all this Bay Area shit that I know because of them.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot like the Bay here, and it's a lot like the Bay in Atlanta in a lot of ways too. But definitely when I'm in Oakland, I feel like I'm in Brooklyn.
You feel like you're in Someone
Yeah.
said that yesterday. Like when they was here, they was like, oh yeah, like New York is just like the Bay. Like I think it was the girl's brother who was here with us yesterday. She was like, yeah, it's the same. It's like the same thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, is it really though? Does it like really look that similar?
It really does look that similar, except for like the hills and stuff.
Right, of course, yeah,
a lot of hills, but Oakland for sure.
Oakland, okay.
Oakland for sure.
So how long have you been officially doing music now? Like taking it seriously?
This is actually my 10th year.
10th year.
Yeah.
A decade in.
A decade in.
How do you feel about that?
You know, I think that I have had to reframe how I feel about it because on the one hand, it's like when I was a kid, where I expected to be in 10 years of work is, a lot different. And you're in the industry, so it's like, once you get in, you realize how long it's actually going to take you. You won't know until you actually start. And then on the other hand, I just feel like I have seen things and experienced things that nobody can take away from me. You know what I mean? So even if I walk into a room and they try to call me a newbie, they actually can't, because I've seen, you know what I mean? I've seen and done things and read things and have been signed a bunch of times and have been, So it's experience at the end of the day.
Right. You also have a lot more experiences than like most artists probably would have too, because like I even think about like I read that you like did some background dancing also for like Beyonce at the VMAs and all this other stuff. So there's like also like other aspects of like the industry that you've touched that most artists like even a decade in can't even say that they've done yet either. So like it's like a different perspective also too.
Definitely. And it took me like, I think around this year, last year, especially during the pandemic, I started to actually acknowledge the things that I've done in my time frame.
Right.
Because I've been so grind that like every year is year one to me. And I feel like I stayed in that loop of being in year one because I wasn't acknowledging the milestones. You know what I mean?
Right. But you should be acknowledging the milestones.
Exactly.
Too. You should be like acknowledging like, oh, I was able to accomplish X, Y, and Z, even like the non like personal like musical ones, like the being a backup dancer, like that shit is fire. Like all those things are all part of like kind of like the longer story too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm definitely in my season where I'm acknowledging every single step, including this one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I like having you here.
I like being here.
We got the new project out now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it came out this year. And with that being said, like as this being like, a project that you dropped in your 10th year in the industry, right? What was like your mindset going into the album and this project?
I really wanted to put out a project where I acknowledged my inner child.
Okay.
And just really spoke to honest themes in my life. When I talk to some of my closest friends, they're like, I can tell that this is actually your journal. Like, I could tell this is actually something you wrote down,
right.
And then you just condensed it and turned it into a song, and they're absolutely right.
Right, because even like when you're talking about relationships and all this other stuff on the album that's like very personal, like it feels like a bit of a journal too, you know what I'm saying? Like a musical journal.
Yeah, and I wasn't doing that before. I think I was just so focused on club hits and party music, which isn't bad because I was in a time, especially pre-pandemic, we were all kind of in a time where we were just like, living it up.
Yeah,
and
having a great time.
Yeah, we're having a great time. So like back then I was really focused on party music and what's going to hit in the club and what's going to make people dance. And then the pandemic hit and it was just journaling. It was just managing emotions and feelings and things that come up when you are isolated, when you can't distract yourself.
Yeah. I definitely understand that. And did you feel weird like putting it out too in that sense? Like,
absolutely.
Like your friends, like when they hit you up, you're like, oh shit, they know this and this and this and this about me now, like, or like family members, like, oh shit, like, you mentioned your mom, like your mom listens to it, you're like, oh man, mom's gonna hear all this. I
did. I think the funny thing about me being nervous about my mom hearing it is she loves the club hits. She loves the club hits. So she's just like, where is the bass? Where is the, you know what I mean? Like,
she was kind of tight this time around.
She wanted like the club hits. So that was the only reason why I was like, no, I want to be emotional and I want to sing, you know what I mean? So that was the only thing about, my nervousness in playing it for her. But as far as just releasing it, I was nervous because I recorded it all in-house, like literally in my house. And I'm so used to having 10 other opinions in the studio before I even finish the song. Whereas this, I finished the entire album and then sent it out for mixing. You know what I mean? So that's like that was a different experience because it's like you're really bearing your, you're showing your hand.
Yeah.
You're not hiding behind any kind of like tune or someone's opinion. You can't blame anybody. You know what I mean? You can't blame anybody for however it goes, which is really exciting, but it can also be really scary because it's like you never know how it's going to be received. But I'm glad that it's being received. I'm glad that it's giving what it's supposed to give. Do
you feel like it's being received better than anything else you put out before too? Do you feel that?
I do. I really do.
That tells you a lot too.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I anytime I talk to anybody about this album, even like the day that I released it, I kid you not, I was in CVS. I was about to tell the clerk because I was so proud. Like I'm so proud of this, this album. I feel like it's marked a new era for me as an artist. Regardless of any type of media attention or any type of promotion or any type of whatever. For me as an artist, I know that this kind of released something in me,
Right. And I think that's pretty cool too, because it's like you finally like found that like one thing that you like really needed all this time too.
Yeah. And it took being stuck at home to realize who like I actually was as an artist.
Right, which is weird because it's like we always say like, oh yeah, the pandemic forced us to like live with ourselves and kind of live with our demons and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then you just kind of took that, you put it on a project, and then boom, now it's like it in a way like the pandemic helped and changed like a lot for you too in that sense.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for that for sure.
Were you here the whole time?
No, I was in LA first. My sister was in the middle of filming in LA, and she also wanted to move. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna come to LA to come help you move. That was actually 2 days before New York shut down completely.
Nice.
So I'm like, do I want to be in New York where it's like I can't leave my house, or do I want to be in a bigger house in LA with my sister and we can just kind of have because we didn't know how long it was gonna last. So
right.
So I ended up being stuck in LA. Stayed there until about July, and then came back to New York because July was when they started.
Yeah, everything kind of started easing up again. We was having our underground parties and shit.
Yeah. Hey, did you have a good time? You look like you had a flashback.
Yeah, I did have a flashback. I did have a flashback. It was like a good flashback.
Told you I'm an empath. I'm like, I caught that.
Yeah, that's weird. It was a flashback, but also like stop laughing, Rob. It was like a flashback, but also like a little PTSD of like me like having a good time, but also being like, oh shit,
it's terrified. It's such a weird feeling, like to be excited and terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
Like we've all gotten used to that. You know what I mean? Kind of coexisting with those two emotions on a daily basis. Like that's wild.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm excited, yay, party, but I could have COVID. But also, wait, I'm in a laundromat. What am I doing in a laundromat with a DJ in the back? Like, I'm like, get me the fuck out. But I still had a good time. I wouldn't change what happened. I mean, God bless none of us, got COVID during that time. Actually, how I got COVID was like the dumbest way ever. But
you've never had it?
No, I had it.
I've never had it.
You've never had it?
No,
How's it feel to be God's favorite?
You know what's so funny? Thank you for saying that, because did I ever tell you that? Like, whenever you tell somebody you never had it, they immediately wish death on you. Like, and I'm just like, they'd be like, you probably have. It's dormant.
I mean, you probably have,
is
honestly.
this angel dust or is this COVID? What you mean it's dormant?
That's funny.
It's wild. So thank you for saying that.
Yes, I would say Calvin, you said you never had it either?
Yeah,
Rob?
There you go.
Man, what the fuck?
There you go. Come on, Rob.
Have you had it?
Yeah.
How am I the only one in this room who's had it?
Because you had a good old time, remember?
I did have a great time. I had a great time. No, but I got it December 2021. Like after.
We was over there putting lentils for the front of our doors and blood on the ceiling and making sure we don't got it. And you was like,
fuck it, I'm gonna go to all the clubs. Fuck, I got the shot. I was like, bah, I'm outside. It didn't stop anything. I was like, oh well, never mind.
Okay.
Christmas. I got it with everybody Christmas last year.
Oh yeah. When it was like a subvariant that was like, well, that was Omicron.
Yeah. That wave when everybody and their mother had it. Yep.
All my friends had it.
That was me. I couldn't go to the freaking Spider-Man premiere. I had all the tickets. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
That was a good.
Oh,
Spider-Man
thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks. I watched it on.
But I'm glad you're here and alive.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I watched it on Zoom off like a camp, like some, you know the bootlegs. I watched it like that on a Friday night.
Ooh.
Because I was in bed. But that's not here nor there. So with the music right now, so we got visuals coming out.
Yes.
What else you kind of working on right now? What else is kind of going on?
So I am actually working on production, TV and film production.
Tough.
As well. And it's a completely different process than putting together music. Like, it could take a year or it could take 15 years in the case of Black Adam. You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah.
So that is definitely an area of my life that I'm really excited about because I love storytelling. And that I'm working on actively.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I got to see Black Adam, so I've been meaning to.
So good.
I've already seen the post-credit scene. It's an area got room for me. Mad long ago.
No.
Yeah,
So you're not gonna go see it?
Of course I'm gonna go see it, but at this point my head is already like Black Panther. Like I'm already kind of like on to the next thing, even though I want to go see Black Adam. So I'm gonna find some time this weekend to go see it.
I really liked Black Adam. If this is any encouragement for you to,
I was gonna go see it regardless. I'm a superhero movie person, so I'm gonna go see it.
I still need to see Black Panther, but I really liked Black Adam because that this like the humor of like action films and Marvel-esque or superhero films when Stan Lee was still around.
Yeah,
that's what that gave.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go see it because Black Panther comes out next week, so I have like a week.
You got time.
I have a week to go see Black Adam before my whole focus is just like, how many times am I gonna go see Black Panther this weekend?
Right.
Because I'm probably see it like.
You think
3
it's
times.
gonna be one of those?
It's definitely gonna be one of those. I want to cry.
I was almost in the first one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That would be
I think
so
I'm.
cool.
I think I'm past the date of my NDA to actually say that.
Oh nah, she had a Marvel NDA. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did. I was at the same time as when we shot the Pantene commercial, and so I had locks at the time. But in order to do the role, the Black Panther role, they wanted me to shave.
Oh, you were gonna do like the Dora Milaje?
I think so. Well, they don't tell you until
Implied.
Implied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted me to shave my head, and we just had a huge battle about it because they were also like being kind of indecisive about what my lines would be, and so my agent was like, okay, if they want you to shave your head, that's going to change your entire career. You got to be certain about the lines, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my little Black Panther story that I love telling.
Kevin Feige, I don't want you sniper on my head, please.
I know. Don't come for me.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be in here one day. There's gonna be an interview. There's gonna be a little red dot right here. I'm gonna get a call and it's like, you ever leak anything from fucking Marvel again?
Well, listen, if we get nervous, just cut it out. Just cut the clip out.
Nah, I don't care. Kevin Feige, come find me.
Come find me.
Come find me. I'm just use that to get my way in. I'm
just to get him to literally come in.
Yeah,
so you get an interview and put a mic on there.
So I really
you're at it.
So let me tell you. Here's my piece about what you guys are doing wrong now.
Right.
But
get a reaction.
But okay, so we got the album out now. More visuals on the way. More TV and film production. I'm sure we'll be seeing on your gram real soon. Before we get out of here, anything else you want the people to know, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff. This camera right here.
Well, the first thing I want the people to know is what your favorite song from the album is.
My favorite song from the album?
Yeah.
Oh man, See, look, my thing is I'm so bad with song names. Ask anybody. Hold on.
I could tell you what your favorite is going to be.
Why? What do you think is my favorite? And I'll tell you which one's my favorite.
I think Clingy is your favorite.
Why do you think Clingy is my favorite?
Because I saw your reaction to it.
True.
Okay, who's your favorite artist? And that'll actually tell
Right
me.
now?
Yeah. Favorite singer.
My favorite singer right now? Oh, Arya Starr. Yeah, she's my favorite singer right now.
Okay, then you might like Crush.
I like, that's so. I was hovering over Crush. I swear to God, I'm hovering over Crush right now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird.
I'm a weird
The
girl.
empath. That's okay. I'm ending the interview. I'm a little.
He's a little freaked out.
I'm a little
All
freaked
right,
out
well.
now. But yeah, Crush for sure.
Yeah.
That's so weird that I had it hovering over that too. I don't like how you did that.
Well, All right, so you can find me.
Fuck.
You can find me everywhere at I am Demi Grace. That is IAMDEMIGRACE on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. YouTube has handles now, so get it there.
Yep.
I am Demi Grace, and I'm on all streaming platforms, Audio Mac included. So get your fix on.
There you have it. Make sure you go follow her. Go run up the project out now. Go run up the performance also out now. Go follow her on all social medias. Demi Grace on the radar. Till next time, we out.